Hello, crafty friends. This is Amy. Welcome to my channel. I bought this little heart, and it's a birch. I think it's birch covered. It seems like it's real. Anyway, I bought this at Michael's, I believe it was, and I'm just going to put some letters in, E and A, and that would be for my husband and I. His name is Edward. I call him Ed, Eddie. Sometimes I joke around with him and call him Eduardo. He is my sweet husband. He's so good to me. And so I want to put this on our door, and we've got this pretty decorative door. It's an antique door we have an upper living room. And so this will make a great hanger for that. And so you can see how nice and easy this goes in. It's like cutting into butter. So I encourage you, if you don't have one, or you have access to an old one, or you just want to get a new one, these little tools are great. Sometimes it's just so fun to make something and have a wood burning tool there that you can add a little something to it. And so now I'm just going to trim this off and put on a hanger. I do have a video on the door. I decorated it, and I did put on like a verse, and I really like my door. A lot of people, offer to buy it or steal it, that kind of a thing. But just a quick story on that. We bought it at an antique store in Iowa. We live in southwestern Minnesota, and bought it. We saw it. We were in the car, couldn't get it that day, and I said, well, if it's meant to be, it's still going to be there when we come back with the truck. And so we had gone a week later, I believe it was. It was still there. And so we got it, and even got it on a little deal. And so I've had so much fun, with decorating that for the holidays, and of course making these cute little door hangers. Now it shows that I'm putting the bow above the bow, but I ended up taking it and going through the middle of that pink bow because it just didn't look right. But I didn't show that process. And then just hang it with a little bit of string. Everything kind of coordinates with colors. It's, kind of a neutral, rustic, and check it out. Is that not so cute? I just love how cute this is. And it's a door that's attached to the wall. It's not going to get, banged around, but whatever door, would work for you. I just think this is so fun and easy and quick. Is that not the cutest? Next video, or next DIY. Okay, this, again, my husband, he works at a community center. And so he had these, they were laying around after a wedding, and so he picked them up for me. And I'm guessing that these are from Walmart. I am not for sure. But this is perfect for me. It's like, I can totally use this. So I got out my blush pink of the Rustoleum. I love this paint. I just noticed that our local hardware store has got all of the colors, so I'm loving this. And so if you use the right brush, you can get through this pretty fast and make it a nice, smooth surface. Allow that to dry completely. And I went to my Cricut and I cut out this cute little SVG design I bought off of Etsy. Etsy's got such cute things, and I will link this pretty little pattern on there that if you would like it, you could buy it too. I think it was maybe $3 or less. And so with this, you put some transfer paper on the back of that after you've done your weeding, they call it. And then you can just see how it just sticks down, and you pull off the transfer tape, and voila, it's on. And I wanted this to stay, so I put a coat of Mod Podge over it, and so it wouldn't flake off or anything. Not that it would, but you never know. It's always nice to have a little protective covering. And that Mod Podge, you can get that in matte or glossy, and so I tend to go with the matte look, just so we don't have too much gloss. Now here we go, another Valentine sign, and so easy and fun and neutral colors. I just love it. This is probably one of my favorites. Let's move on to DIY number 3. Okay, these are the love signs that you can get at Dollar Tree, and I'm absolutely loving the drop cloth color by Dixie Belle. I love how it's not white, but yet it's, it's kind of like a creamy color. And I'm actually thinking I want to do my kitchen cupboards with this color. I'm just not sure how well it's going to hold up and all that. Do any of you know, have you had any experience with, painting your kitchen cupboards, and, what were the long-term, effects? Did everything stay nice, or did something happen? Maybe you can help me out with that if you have any suggestions. And I just wanted to fill in that cute little heart, and, this burlap ribbon works great. And so I just cut a piece down and got out my Dixie Belle paint again. This is my vintage duck egg. I love this color too. And so I'm just going to kind of paint that up and allow that to dry. Now I do want to show you too, these little, they're little pearls. They have a flat back to them. They're also sticky backed. I do sell Stampin' Up, and I bought them through my company, and just going to dull them down with some of that drop cloth color and then antique wax. And I pounced them a little bit. I let that dry, and then I went over and I pounced them again. I just didn't know what kind of brown I wanted. I could have used paint. I just wasn't sure, but just trying to make it so that you can see them, but they're not super bright, or, you'll see what we end up with. Those little brushes, you can get those in Dollar Tree too. I think they're in the makeup section, and they work pretty nice for certain projects. And so I tried using the little tool, and it would just ended up being better. I just pulled them off and put them on. And like I said, it's sticky back, so it's stuck right on there. So got a question, have you all been having some increase in prices in your Dollar Trees? I know they had made an announcement that things are $1.25 now, so at least in the United States. Just thought I'd ask. And here it is. I love how this turned out. What do you guys think? Do you think I should have added some lines around the, I was thinking of doing some some kind of line work on the words or the letters, but I thought, nah, let's just stick with this. And last but not least, DIY number 4. This is a little cup. I didn't realize it when I picked it up in the thrift store, but it's actually a measuring cup. Just going to paint those beautiful little flowers. And so I masked it off and going to sand this down a little bit just to rough it up, getting my blush pink out of Rustoleum. And roughly it was about 2 coats, because what I did is I did 1 coat, went over it when it was dry with a kind of touched it up. So 2 coats covered this up. And let that dry, and then I just peeled off the tape, and it ended up being a pretty straight edge. And didn't know what more to do with it, so I got out the jute string and wound this around the handle. Our winter weather's been quite cold lately. I'll bet everybody can say the same thing regardless of where you are in the United States. If your area isn't cold, let me know. Now when I did the lettering on this, I went with pink and I went with brown rather than black. I just love the combination of pink and brown. I think it screams very much Valentine's. This is how it turned out, and I'm liking it. It's better than what I thought it was going to be, because I thought, I just don't know, I'm stumped. And yeah, this is where we came up with. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked my projects today. Thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate all of you. Have a happy Valentine's Day. It's coming up. I've got more fun videos coming. You stay tuned. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.